Hi, Josh Wojciechowski here, Culinary Guide for Men. Today we're going to make sangria, specifically sangria with rosé wine. Now this sangria is a nice sort of in between a white wine sangria and a red wine sangria. You can find this pretty much in any wine store, either in the chilled section or even out on the shelves. First step to making this is you need 2 bottles of rosé wine. Then you need 2 cups of raspberries, 2 cups of strawberries, 1 peach, and 1 orange, like this. Now, you also need about a half a cup of brandy, and you're going to need 4 tablespoons of Chambord raspberry liqueur, and about a cup of simple syrup. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to add your liquors and your wine and your simple syrup into a jug that's big enough to hold everything. So we're first going to add our brandy, about a half a cup. Then we're going to add 4 tablespoons of the Chambord, which is the raspberry liqueur, to this. This helps give it a little bit higher alcohol content and sort of rounds out the flavor a little bit. We're going to dump in our rosé wine. Two bottles worth. Now with the rosé wine, you don't want this to be really overly sweet wine. You actually want this to be somewhat dry because we're actually adding lots of sugar and fruit to it, and we don't want it to be too sweet. And then we're going to add about a cup of simple syrup. Simple syrup is basically equal parts sugar and water that you bring to a boil until it's a syrup-like consistency. Bartenders, coffee shops, they use this when they're making, mixed drinks and coffee drinks. So I have a cup of a cup of simple syrup to this. Before we add our fruit, we're going to stir everything up, just to bring the flavors together here a little bit. And then we're going to add in all of our fruit to this mixture here. Now the key to a good sangria is that you have to have enough time for all the fruit to be able to macerate with the alcohol. So we're going to do this overnight. I want to just get all that fruit in there. Okay. All the fruit in here. And then you're just going to give it another stir like this. Now, this is going to go into the fridge overnight. Before you serve it, you're going to need to add between 2 to 3 cans of Seltzer, because that's going to help sort of liven it up, give it a little, give it a more like sparkling quality, also cut through the alcohol a little bit. So I like to use Polar Seltzer. So now we're going to seal this, put the lid on top, and we're going to throw this into the fridge. And tomorrow morning, we're going to serve it with seltzer in chilled glasses. Hi, so our sangria has been marinating overnight in the fridge for about 24 hours now. And the last step to finishing it is to add about 3 cups of plain seltzer. And so we're going to add it into this. And this is going to give it a little bit of fizz and make it a little bit more refreshing. And then before we're ready to serve, you just want to stir it, just to mix all the flavors up. Okay. Now to serve it, you probably want to put it into some kind of pitcher like this. I'm going to pour this into a wine glass like this. So here we have it, a finished glass of rosé sangria. You want to serve it with a little lemon wedge over the edge of the glass. Just like this. Thanks for cooking with the Culinary Guide for Men.